Right. If you're planting your garlic anytime in November, you might be making a huge mistake. In fact, most UK gardeners are missing the single most important day of the entire year. And it's the secret to harvesting garlic so big, so flavorful, you'll barely believe you grew it yourself. Today, I'm not just giving you a month. I'm giving you the exact date. Stick with me, and I'll show you the December day that triggers giant 2-pound bulbs and the simple method that makes it foolproof. But before I tell you that date, you have to understand the one critical mistake almost everyone makes. It's not about the variety or the fertilizer. It's about the soil's memory and how a single frost can rewrite the entire story of your harvest. You see, garlic has a built-in survival clock. Plant it too early in autumn, when the soil is still holding summer's warmth and the clove gets confused. It thinks it's spring, sends up green shoots, and then wham! The first proper frost hits. All that energy wasted on leaves that get zapped. The result? Pathetic marble-sized bulbs come July. But wait too long until January when the ground is like concrete and the clove just sits there. It never gets its roots down properly, so it's playing catch-up all spring. The result? Again, disappointment. The magic happens in a very specific window. When the soil is cold, properly cold, around 4 to 7 degrees Celsius, but not yet frozen solid. At that exact temperature, the garlic clove knows exactly what to do. It forgets about leaves. It dedicates every bit of its energy to pushing out a deep, extensive root system. It's building a hidden foundation underground. And that foundation, my friends, is the only reason you'll ever get a bulb that weighs over a pound. Now, here's where UK weather patterns give us a brilliant advantage. Our winters are generally damp and cool, not brutally frozen for months on end. That means our perfect planting window is incredibly predictable. Based on decades of Met Office data and garden trials from Cornwall to Scotland, that sweet spot, that perfect cold but not frozen soil temperature, consistently arrives in one specific week. For most of the UK, think the Midlands, the South, Wales, even sheltered parts of the North, the bullseye is the second week of December. The soil has finally shed the last of the autumn warmth, and the hardest winter frosts usually hold off until after the new year. So, mark this in your garden diary. If you want one date to circle, make it December the 9th. That's your bullseye. The 8th to the 12th is your absolute golden window. This isn't a guess. It's gardening science, tailored for the British Isles. But here is the absolute truth. Knowing the date of December the 9th is only the first step. It gets you to the starting line. What you do in the 24 hours before you plant is what actually wins the race. And most people, even experienced growers, skip one vital part. Let's get you planting properly. First, your cloves. Never, ever use garlic from the supermarket. It's often from a different climate, like China or Spain, and can carry diseases. It's bred for shelf life, not for size in your garden. You want seed garlic from a UK supplier? For the biggest bulbs, you want a Hardneck variety. Try Schnock Red or Lautrec White. They form fewer cloves per bulb, which means each clove gets more of the plant's energy and grows massive. Now, soil prep. The day before your December 9th planting, get your bed ready. Garlic hates wet feet, so if you're on heavy clay, add plenty of grit and well-rotted compost to improve drainage. On sandy soil, just the compost will do. Fork it over lightly. This is my first secret. Bone meal is rich in phosphorus, which is like a direct signal to the plant, grow roots, not leaves. It's slow release and perfect for our winter planting. Planting time. Break your seed bulb into cloves just before you go out. Keep the papery skin on. Plant each one pointy end up, flat base down.
The depth is crucial.
In our often damp soil, plant them 3 inches deep. Any shallower and winter frosts can heave them out. Space them a good 6 to 8 inches apart. This space is non-negotiable for giant bulbs. They need room to expand. Then, the most important step after planting, the blanket. Cover the entire bed with a 2-inch layer of mulch. Not 6 inches, that's too much for our damp climate and can cause rot. Just 2 inches of straw, leaf mold, or well-rotted compost. This mulch is genius. It doesn't just keep the cold out, it keeps the cold in. It stops the soil from warming up during odd, sunny winter days, which would trick the garlic into sprouting. It locks in that perfect root-growing chill. All right, you've nailed the date and the method. You're now ahead of the game. But to go from a good harvest to a show-stopping, giant bulb harvest, you need to know these 3 secret boosts. The third one is so blindingly obvious, you'll wonder why you never did it. Secret boost number 1, the April feed. When those brave green spears are a few inches tall in early April, give them a light sprinkle of a high nitrogen feed. Dried chicken manure pellets are perfect. This fuels explosive leaf growth, and big leaves mean big bulbs. They're the solar panels of the plant. Secret boost number 2, the snip of success. If you planted hardneck garlic, which you should have, it will send up a curly flower stalk called oscape around late May or June. This is a gourmet treat, chop it up and fry it. But more importantly, cutting it off the moment it curls tells the plant to stop wasting energy on a flower and shove all that goodness straight down into the bulb. This one act can increase your bulb size by 1/3. Secret boost number 3, the neglect principle. This is the obvious one. Once the summer rains tail off in June, stop watering completely. Garlic needs a dry period to start curing on the plant. Overwatering in late spring and early summer is the quickest way to invite rot and cause small, poorly storing bulbs. Let our British summer do its thing. So, what can you expect? After your December 9 planting, nothing. And that's brilliant. Roots are spreading. Shoots appear in February or March. The leaves grow through April and May. By late June, you'll see the lower leaves starting to yellow. This is the sign. When about half the leaves are still green and half are brown, typically from mid to late July, it's harvest time. Gently lift a bulb with a fork. If the wrapper is papery and thick, you're golden. Finally, let's avoid the classic blunders. 1, supermarket garlic. Said it twice. It's that important. 2, soggy soil. On heavy ground, plant in raised beds. Garlic will rot in waterlogged soil over winter. 3, over mulching. A thick, wet mat of mulch is a rot hotel. Keep it light and airy. 4, missing the scape snip. You're literally throwing size away. 5, planting after Christmas.
The ship has sailed.
The clove's internal clock is set. If you miss the December window, save your bulbs and plant them next year. There you have it. The exact UK date, December the 9th. The method, the secrets, the mistakes. It's all about working with our unique British winter, not against it. If this has taken the guesswork out of your garlic growing, do give this video a thumbs up. It helps more gardeners find it. And I'd love to know in the comments, are you in the north or south? And will you be aiming for December the 9th of this year? For the perfect partner to this guide, my next video shows you exactly how to prepare your winter soil in November, including a simple pH test you can do at home. I'll link it for you right here on the screen. Cheers for watching and happy growing!